Dark alleys can be a very cinematic environment, and they're also fairly easy to create, whether you're doing them digitally or on the set. They're also pretty easy to steal. We turn to these dark environments anytime that we're low on resources and we need something to look good fast. This is a scene from our film noir, Dark Exposures. We shot most of that film on our college campus, so we had free reign to go behind any building that we pleased. We didn't have any lights with us here. There was a vending machine that had a fairly bright light over it, so we just stood the actor under that. This film is in black and white, so after desaturating, we don't have to worry about the color temperature problems. We shot a bunch of other elements in various other alleys to composite into this one. Let's take some of that and cover up the area with a flare. In Photoshop, we can create a neon sign to put there. Use an inner bevel and a drop shadow on text that has been stroked with white. Back in After Effects, duplicate that layer and use the glow filter. Then, you can duplicate the layer without the glow, cut out one of the letters, and flicker its opacity. After we put it into the composite, we can screen a flare over it. The left side of the frame looks empty, so let's use a part of a different alley to cover that up. It's difficult to find locations that expose well at night, so you could just use a still camera and put it on a slow shutter. Most of the seam is going to be covered up in darkness, and you can get away with a lot. These lights in the second alley call attention to the slightly different perspective, so we'll just cover those up with darker parts of the footage. Here's an alley from our buddy road trip comedy, Who Stole the Electric Car? This was also shot on a college campus. At the time, we kind of just walked around like we owned the place, even though we were actually not attending college at this campus. We plugged in a light from a nearby outlet, wet down the ground, put all these newspapers with a fan blowing, and we even used a fog machine. We were then asked to leave by a security guard, but we did get the shot. This scene from that same film takes place in a rainstorm. This was shot in a dark parking lot, with 2 passes of someone pouring water on the windshield of the car. We combined that footage and removed the reflections with solids. Let's go through this, making some areas brighter or darker with curves on adjustment layers. There are some elements that need to be removed with solids as well, including, of course, the watering can guy. When we shot this, we had put gels on the lights to motivate them from neon signs, so we'll throw in this image of a neon sign. Underneath that, we'll use 2 adjustment layers to have the left side of the frame greenish and the right side of the frame orange. Let's use this footage of rain on pavement to fill in all the dark ground areas. We've got a bunch of different pieces of rain stock footage that we're going to add on top. Some is real and some is computer generated. All that adding makes it too bright though, so we'll put an adjustment layer darkening everything below the rain. You can watch Dark Exposures for plenty of film noir locations done on the cheap. And even though Who Stole the Electric Car is a pretty evenly lit movie most of the time, there are a few low-budget night scenes, so take a look at that too.